Back to the channel. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to go ahead and design this website. All right, as you can see right here, this is a black and white design. Right, so I'm going to show you how to go ahead and design this. All right, so we're going to do that real quick. But first of all, I want to show you how to go ahead and get this image. The link to this image is going to be in the description below, so you can go ahead and download the image. As you can see it right here, this is wallpaperaccess.com/dark photography, and as you can see right here, this is the image. So you'll be able to download it. You can download this image. Okay, then once you download the image, then you'll be able to proceed. And for the color codes are written here on the screen. As you can see right here, are the color codes. This is the one for the background, this is the one for the text, this is the one for the header. All right, so we're going to be using all this in designing this. All right, so let's get started. The first thing you want to do is to go ahead and I'll click on frame, then I'll select desktop, then select desktop. All right, I'm making use of the desktop design. Then the next thing you want to do is to make use of the background color code, all right, which is 000 space 0 three times, and that's dark. All right, so the next thing you want to do is you can actually go ahead and add a grid system to this. All right, because it's always good when you actually make use of a layout grid system. I'm going to select this, then click on this icon right here, then scroll down and select the one for colon. Then I'm going to change the colon to 12 colon, and I'm going to give it a margin from the edge of this to somewhere around. I'll give it let's say 30, or let's say 50. All right, so we've done that. Then the next thing we want to do is to go ahead and do this. All right, so the next thing we want to do is to get the image. So we have the image right here. I have the image right here. I don't have to go ahead and start importing this again. So I have the image right here. So what I'll just do is to drag this image into my design. Then I'm going to adjust it so it can look exactly like what we have right here. So I'm going to do that, and you can see it right here. This is it. All right, this is it. So we're done. All right, so you can reduce the size if you want. You can reduce the size of it, and now the design is looking cool. I'll take this up a little bit, then boom. So the next thing we want to do is the font. Which font? What's the name of the font? The name of the font is, this is the name of the font. Okay, this is the name of the font. So we're going to get this. We're going to type this out. Let me copy this because I don't want to type it again. But before that, we want to go ahead and we want it to be dark somehow. I want these pictures to be dark. I can disable this so you can see what I'm talking about. You can see this is sharp, and you can see it right here. We have this somehow fade, and here is somehow bright. So we want to do that. In order for us to do that, I'm going to create a new rectangle and place it on it. All right, I'll place it on it. Then I'll make sure it covers the full image. All right, then I'm going to make use of exactly the same color code, dark. Then I'm going to select this and change it from solid to linear. Then I'm going to change this like this. I'll change it like this, then like this. This is how it's going to be. All right. All right. So yeah, here we go. So this is what we're talking about. So I'll place this somewhere around here. Then place this somewhere around here. So I'll fold it like this. Then for this one, you change it. You can increase it. You can increase it somewhere around here so it becomes dark a little bit. All right, so I'm actually using 64% here, so I'll leave it like this. So this is it. So you can actually go ahead and lock these two images. You can group it and lock it. All right, so you don't have to touch or tamper with this image. Then I'll bring this back, and the next thing I want to do is to go ahead and type out all these things, all this text we are seeing right here. So I'll do that real quick. All right, so I'll just do that real quick about us. And remember, we are using this font. This is the name of the font we're using right here. So next one T. So this is the name of the font. This is a Google font, so you don't have to go ahead and download the font and install it on your laptop. It's a Google font, and since Figma is making use of all Google fonts are installed on Figma, so you can just go ahead and type it there and you get the font. All right. So I'm going to do this. I'll type the other one, service Okay, I think I'll just duplicate this so I can copy it and make use of it later. Right. So the next one is our work. Sorry, our works, followed by pricing, then followed by contact. All right, so we've done that. So I'll light this. Then the next thing I want to do is to change this to 16, and I'm going to come to this alignment section and tidy up the spacing between it, then reduce the spacing to somewhere around 24, then boom, then I'm going to take this, put it here. Okay, as you can see right here, it looks a little bit tiny. This is due to the font, so you want to go ahead and increase the font to maybe something like this. All right, then I'm going to do tidy up spacing, then increase the spacing to, let's say, 20. Then you can add auto layouts. All right, if you add auto layouts, so it doesn't scatter the spacing between this. So to do auto layout, just click on this plus and you're going to get auto layout. Then you can put this here, adjust it to this section, then boom. So the next thing you want to do, remember we haven't done the poll, we haven't added any color, we're still using the normal default color. So the next thing we want to do is to go ahead and type this text. This is the Lenser text. I'm just more like a logo. I use it more like logo, so I'm going to do that real quick. All right, so okay, how I was able to do that was like this. I reduced the letter spacing, right? Something supposed to be something like, it's supposed to be 0 by default, but I had to reduce it. All right, so I reduced it, so we can have something like this. All right, so I'm going to take it, all right, somewhere here. You can, if you want to make it align to this, the center of this, just select this, then you can create it right here, then boom, it's going to be in the middle. So now the next thing we want to do is to go ahead and use this image. All right, sorry, this once to type out this particular text that says true. All right, through the lens, okay, through the lens, okay, magic. All right, so I'll copy this, change this to 0, change the letter spacing to 0. It's using the normal default list. Then I'll change this to bold. Then I'll increase spacing to 48. Let me say it's 48. Now let me use 60. Okay, then we're going to break it down. Then take it. Let's align it to this. Then take it down. Nice. Then this is it. Then the next thing I want to do is to type out these words right here. So I don't want to type it out. I don't want to spend too much time designing this. So let's say we've typed out the word, and if you zoom in, you can actually see the word. We have the power to tell stories, evoke design, evoke feelings, and transport viewers to another world. We see beauty in the world, in the mundane, and find inspiration. Okay, so this is it. So I'll just copy this and put it right here. Then boom, take this in, take this in, take this in, take this in, take this in. Okay, let's see. The question is aligned to this, so which means I have to take this to this, and boom. So now the next thing I want to do is to create the button. The button says contact me. So contact me, then I'll just auto layout it and add it to auto layout. You might not find auto layout right here. Then what you need to do is to right click. You right click, you'll be able to see auto layout, right? It's auto layout, or you can make use of the shortcut key on your keyboard, right? But I'm actually not making use of the shortcut key because I want to make sure that I get every single detail on this. So I'm going to add I'll add the spacing around this 20, then 20, then here should be 40. Right, then I'm going to, we are coming for the old color, but let's leave the color for now. Then let's come back to the other one that says my studio. Okay, my studio. And remember, in that my studio we have a play button, like a play button, and for the play button I did not import any play icon. What I did was to make use of the normal polygon. Then I did it like this, make sure all sizes are equal. Then I rotated it by 90 degree. By 90 degree, then I added more like a radius around it. Let me just make this 10 and remove the fill. I remove the fill color, then add the stroke color, then make it white. So boom, this is it. So we can do this. We're going to take this in a little bit, then reduce this. Let's say 6 because we want this. We're going to select this and boom. So this is it. This is it. All right. So let's just okay. Boom. So this is it. So we're going to leave it like this. Now the next thing we want to do is to create these services that are right here, right? You can select to create all the services, and I'm going to show you how I actually did this. All right, so I'm going to type the text that says my services, then I'll leave that right here. I'm coming for that. Then the next one, let's come back. Let's come to this section. We have 0, 1. Then I'm going to duplicate this. All right, I'm going to duplicate this. Then give it wedding. Then duplicate this too. Then auto layout. Add it to the on auto layout. Then the next thing we want to do is to make sure the spacing, we have our spacing. Then the next thing we want to do is to add this icon. So how I got this icon was to make use of a plugin called feather icons. Come to the plugin section and type feather icons. You're going to see feather icon, then you run it, right? So I'm going to run feather icon right now. So I think it's running in the background of the screen. So wait for it to come up. So right now, as you can see, it's running and we have feather icons. So I'll just look for the icon real quick. This is the icon right here. Then I'll click on it and it's going to bring the icon to the screen, as you can see right here. So I'm going to drag this here, then change the color to white. Then I'll highlight all this. Then I'll make sure they are in the same line. Then auto layout, add it to an auto layout. Then the next thing I want to do is to add like a spacing around it. Then also the next thing you want to do is to add a stroke. All right, we're going to add a stroke, and if you notice the stroke, we have a black border around it. We change the black border to white. Then the next thing we want to do is to change this. We don't want the border to be around it. All right, we just want the border to be down at the bottom. So what we're going to do is to click on this icon right here, click on this stroke per size, then click on bottom. Then you're going to have it at the bottom. All right, so the next thing we want to do is to do this. Okay, so we can actually increase the spacing between the name and the icon, right? We can increase this like this, right? Then the next thing I want to do is to go ahead and duplicate this into 4 places and change. Okay, so this is 4 places right now. So I'll change this to the other designs there. Then I'll change this to this. Then I'll say graduation. Then 3. Then fashion. Then 4. Okay, so now we've done that. The next thing we want to do, okay, so now we've done that. The next thing we want to do is to go ahead and drag this into our current design. All right, before we do that, we want to tidy up the spacing between it, then increase the spacing between it a little bit. Then the next thing we want to do is to go ahead and drag this into our design. All right, go ahead and drag it into our design real quick. Okay, I'll do that real quick. Then boom, we've done that. So this is it. So we can reduce the spacing between both. Reduce the spacing, then take it up a little bit. Then this is cool. Okay. Okay, so I'll select this. Then I will increase the size. Size should be. Let's make this. Then increase it from regular to bold. Okay, I think it's okay. The font size is smaller than that. So let's say the size is this. Then the next thing we want to do is to go ahead and add this. All right, this is a line, and a line, then an icon. I also made use for the icon. I made use of feather icons. All right, these icons right here are feather icons. But let's quickly join that line So to draw the line, you make use of the line. You make use of the line on Figma. Then you drag this. I'll just drag this real quick. Then boom. Then I'll duplicate this. We have two lines now. All right. So I'll take this up. Okay. So I'll change the line to white so I can see it. Then drag the one below to meet the end of this. To meet the end of these services. All right. So I'm trying to do that. Okay, I got it. So yeah, I'm going for this one. I'm going to reduce the spacing. But before I do that, let's import those icons. Okay, let's import those icons. All right. So as you can see, actually, this is the icon. I'll click this. Then this is the second one. I'll click this. Then we also need this with the menu icon. Then that's it. All right. So now we have the icons. I'll go ahead and select this. Then I'll change the color to white so we can actually see it in the design. Then I'll drag everything into the design. Yeah, that's nice. So the next thing I want to do is to let me select this icon, this menu icon. I'll take it up. Okay, so I'll take this up. We're still going to adjust this. We're going to adjust this to make sure it looks cool. For these icons, let's go ahead and increase this. Increase this to 64. All right, so this is it. So if you notice, these lines are a bit too long. So we're going to reduce the width right. We reduce the width right here. We reduce the width, and if you notice, the width is already reducing. So the next thing I'll do is to go ahead and select this. Then I'll take it up a bit. Take it up, take it up, take it up. All right. So I'll copy this. Sorry, not copy. I'll adjust this to align it to the middle. Then boom. Then the next thing I'll do is to highlight this. Then bring it into the design. Bring it in a little bit. Let's align it to this. Then for this icon, we're going to increase the icon. Let's say increase it by 32. Then we are going to do that again. All right, so okay, so here we go. So I will just do this. We'll do this again. We'll copy this so we can align it to the middle. Then we can take this up. Yeah, we can take this up a little bit. All right, let's take this. So this is cool now, as you can see. So we've been able to, let's increase this to this. Okay, let's leave it like this. All right, so as you can see, the design is, we've been able to complete this design. So we can go ahead and turn off the grid. So as you can see right here, we've done it, but we need to complete or tweak little things in the design. All right, which is this button. We haven't added the color code for the button. We just make use of this. Make use of the text. We're actually making use of the text, but we added a, I think we reduced. Sorry, let's change the color code instead. Let's make use of another color code. Let's just take this somewhere around there. Then we add a radius of, let's say, 4. So because the line is not strict. Look at it. Not a straight button. We have a radius at the end of each of those. So the next thing we want to do is to go ahead and add opacity to these lines. You can use your shortcut, your keyboard shortcut key on 1 to 0. If you tap on 5, it's going to set opacity to 50%. So as you can see right here, opacity 50%. If I take it to 1, it will take to 10%. If I take it to 5, it go to 50%. So I'll set it to 50%. Then I'll select this back arrow. I'll set it to 50% also. Then boom. Then what else? These ones I'll set them to 50%. I'll set the services to 50%. Then I'll set this one to 50%, then I will set this one to 50%. Then I think, yeah, that's all. So as you can see right here, we've been able to design this. So the only thing we have to do is to align this. Just have to improve, align it very well. Take this up, then take this again. All right, so we can adjust all this. All right, so we just adjust all this. So boom, we've been able to design this. Then the only thing we need to do is to take this somehow close to this section. Okay, somehow close. All right, so this is it. We can select this and auto align, add auto layout to it. Then we can also select this and this, then select add auto layout to it also, so it will be aligned. All right, so now that's it, guys. So yes, we can also add auto layouts to this, to these services. We can add auto layout to the services, so we don't tamper with the spacing between it. All right, so as you can see, guys, we've been able to design this hero section. We've been able to design it again. So as you can see, it's right here. This is it, and you can see it's looking nice and cool. So this is more of like a photography website. All right, and you can you can also add a typewriter effect on it, more of like when the designer is trying to design this particular website. So let's say I want to add a typewriter effect. I can make use of something like this. Since I'm using a typewriter kind of font, right? So I'll just do this. I'll select the header color itself. Okay, I can do this. Then I can change this. If I want to make the effects look real, I can add, like, remove few text. Then we take this closer to this, then reduce the width. Then you can reduce the color of this typewriter effect. All right, so this is, guys, as you can see right here, looks like a photography website that has a typewriter effect on it. So as you can see, it's right here. So this is it, guys, on how to go ahead and design these websites. All right, so as you can see right here, we can also make it responsive into like designing for the mobile view, designing for the tablet view. All right, so this is it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and if you have something you want to go ahead and learn in UI UX, you can definitely put that in the comment section, and I'll try my best to create a video around it. And yes, guys, if you are trying to develop this, turn this into a code, we have tutorials coming up very soon that will actually help you turn your designs into code. We are going to teach you how to do it with a more of like writing code, and also using page builders, like using Webflow and the likes. So stay tuned for videos like that, and also don't forget to leave a comment, and you can also go ahead and join. You can actually make use of our UI UX sample projects. You can, if you are trying to learn UI UX and you need projects that you can actually work on, link to this sample project is actually in the description below, so you can go ahead and you can see right here, simple UI UX tags, simple UI UX tags. You can scroll down, you notice we have beginners projects, intermediate projects, and advanced projects. You can go ahead and read through all this brief and design all this. You can all these things can help you build your portfolio. All right, can help you build your portfolio. So don't forget to watch this, and we also have a Telegram community where you can actually meet other designers. So you can also check out the link in the description below and join the group. That's it, guys, for this video. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.